All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and record so that way anybody that missed it or is like on vacation this weekend, they can always go back and kind of rewatch it or just check in on what's going on. But we have some fun stuff to talk about this month. I'm super excited to launch 645. I'm super excited to talk about Beachbody going public, and also just like our get together coming up this July as well. So July 1st, ladies, here we go. We are over half, or we are halfway through um this year. Like, what? That is so crazy to think of the last year and a half in general, like all of 2020 and the last 6 months of 2021 for me have just been like a whirlwind. I have just changed so much. I have gone through so much. I have reevaluated all of my dreams and thoughts and wants and needs, and everything has just really changed. And I think a lot of it has just really based off of our society. Our society has changed. The way I look at our society has changed, which has also changed my wants and needs as a person and for my family and everything like that. So it's been kind of crazy to go through the last year and a half, just reevaluating everything. And I hope maybe you guys have taken that time as well to do something like that. So, if you haven't, maybe now is the time to kind of take a look at stuff and be like, where was I going into the COVID, and where am I coming out? And do I feel like I'm in a better situation, worse situation? Let's reevaluate that. Let's maybe get back to some of those old goals I had, right? That maybe got put on the back burner. Like I know for me, like traveling out west was something that I really wanted to do, that I had started talking about a while ago, that really got put on the back burner. And so just yesterday, I booked a flight. I'm going out to Colorado um, to visit a friend of mine that I worked in Alaska. I'm super excited. We're actually going up to Wyoming, and we're going to do this like backpack hiking camping trip at the Grand Teton Mountains. I'm so excited, and I just feel like I'm finally kind of getting back to some of the traveling that I wanted to do that really got put on the back burner, or also just some of the exploring for myself. So I'm very excited to kind of feel like I can go back out again and like do some of that stuff that it just really has been put on a hold. And so hopefully maybe some of you guys are able to do that as well. So, all right, so let's get to Beachbody stuff. So first, I do just want to remind you guys that Megan, she is actually on Alicia's team. So she's one of Alicia's coaches, but Megan has graciously decided to kind of host a little summit for us. So if you are in Upper or the Ohio area, even if you want to like come in for the day, and you can stay at my place if you want to, I got plenty of room for you to crash. But she is going to be hosting like a little cookout summit day for us. And that is going to be Friday, July 16th. She has like a pond so we can swim. I thought that we would do one of maybe like the summit workouts, and just kind of also maybe watch some of the summit like launching or some of the videos that they do on the 16th. And we can just kind of chat and hang out and see each other and mingle and eat and all of that fun stuff. So put that on your calendar if that's something that you're interested in. I would absolutely love to have all of you guys there. I know that it's a high, vacation time. So if you can't make it, it's totally fine. But I definitely plan to be there on the 16th at Megan's cookout. So I would love to see some of you guys there as well, even if you have to make the drive. I know a couple of you guys just jumped on, so I'm going to repeat myself. But if you have to make the drive, you want a place to stay, you're more than welcome to crash at my place, and if you need to. So it will be on July 16th. We'll be having a little summit. Now, guys, also make note though, that summit videos in the virtual summit is the 14th, 15th, and 16th, which is actually Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay. So they will have videos on Wednesday. It starts on Wednesday. I think their first video is from like 11 to 1. You can also go to teambeachbody.com. If you click on the coach tab, you can click onto the Beachbody Summit tab, not the coach office, but the Coach Summit tab, and that will give you an agenda of everything. So you could kind of put that into your schedule, like to make sure that you're going to be watching on, the Wednesday from 11 to 1 are opening ceremonies. And then on Thursday, I don't remember the schedule for Thursday. I just looked at Wednesday. That's the only reason I remember that one. And Thursday, they will have different time slots that they will be going live and launching products, showing us new features, talking about all of the stuff that's going to be coming out. And then on the 16th, they will also have videos and closing ceremony and things like that. And that's when we'll be doing the summit cookout. But just know that it's also still a 3-day event, but our cookout is only on that Friday. Okay. I'm very excited about it. Also, just make sure you let Megan know if you're coming. She did have, I think it was like 20 or $25 if you want to come, just to like gym for food. And then I think it was like an extra $10 if you wanted a shirt, which of course you want a shirt. So just imagine you're just go ahead and budget yourself for about $30, $35 there. Okay, so awesome. So we have Summit coming up. I'm just going to kind of go through my schedule a little bit with you guys. So I'm finishing out the Ultimate Reset right now. I am on day 19, tomorrow's 20, and Saturday is 21 for myself. So I will be creating some before and after photos, and I have some girls are losing like major weight in our Ultimate Reset cleanse, you guys. It's so amazing. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen Ashley yet, but she is about a year after having her baby Kinsley, and she has just really been struggling to lose that last bit of weight. She was like, I still feel like I have that mom pouch, and she just couldn't quite figure it out. And so she joined in on the reset with us, and she has lost 11 pounds. And I swear it's like all in her midsection too. Like, she looks so lean and just like no bloat. She feels amazing. You can see it in her face, the way she's talking, the way that she's just looking at herself. Like, it's just so cool to see her. And the cool thing about Ashley is I have literally watched her go through just such a life transformation. When I first met her and Brant were just dating. I watched them get engaged. I watched her lose 80 pounds. She completed 80-day obsession. I watched her get married. I watched her get pregnant. I watched her, you know, have Kinsley, and then, all this time. And so it's been really cool to just be a part of her journey this whole time. And so it's really cool to also support her in the cleanse and watch her really find herself again, even like post baby, and that's the thing, you guys, is like, you may find yourself at some point and also again lose yourself within your journey and find yourself again. I know I found myself having that situation where I have found and lost myself several times within my coaching journey. I would say one of the first times that I lost myself was when Hurricane Harvey hit, and I was trying to navigate losing our home and being so vulnerable and not knowing where life was going to go, and still trying to coach and still trying to figure it all out. And then even just, when I was getting married, that was like a really stressful time. And then even now, not, being married or just at least being separated and moving and all that stuff. You guys, I have come and gone in my own journey, and I just keep going. I just don't ever, my biggest quote that I always tell myself is, don't ruin something that can be good long term because of something temporary. And so I just always keep going. And so I just always think, if I keep going, then you guys will keep going. And just to even have like Ashley along with me, and just kind of going back to that and having her in the Ultimate Reset has been very amazing to watch her, and just also think of all of the journey that she's been through and how she's still here putting in the work. And sometimes we gain weight, and sometimes we lose weight, and sometimes we are at our high, and sometimes we're at our low. But the important part is to just continue working through it. So I can't wait to show you guys all of our results. Christy is actually in the Ultimate Reset, been crushing it over there. We have a really good group, and I'm actually kind of sad to see it coming to an end. I definitely want some energizing coffee, but I think just the amount of effort that we have put into this cleanse for the last 3 weeks has just reminds me of like why I coach and why I love coaching, is just bringing back the original reason why I love coaching, which is getting girls results, like truly helping them every single day in a challenge, continue to push through, continue to motivate, continue to inspire, and just get girls results on just such a just everyday level, rather than like feeling like, oh, I have to go big and I have to be throwing all this stuff and doing all this stuff. I'm like, man, I just want to get back to the basics. I just want to get back to helping girls get results and helping girls become happy within themselves while I do the same. And so it's just been really good to kind of get back to my roots as well with the challenge group and everything. So I appreciate all the girls that have been pushing hard in the ultimate reset. And I really, really look forward to our next challenge group with 645. I think that we're going to kind of have the same kind of group of where everybody is just in it. Guys, give me 1 second. I have to pull my food out of my oven real quick. I don't want it to burn. I got beets in there. Give me a second. Oh my gosh, that's really good. Oh, dinner smells amazing. I'm going to be eating a little later tonight than I typically like to, but beets take forever in the oven. Can literally take like 45 minutes to an hour because they're just such a hard fruit. And my hands are stained from all the beets I just tried to chop. Okay, so we talked about the cookout and summit coming up. Um, and then also we talked about the ultimate reset, finishing out the ultimate reset. So what's coming up next is 645. I am so excited about this program. It looks hard, but maybe not as hard as the work, but we'll see, right? Probably by that week, like 10, 11, 12, and 13, I'm sure we're going to be getting into like a, our like what we're used to with Amoila. But I'm hoping in the beginning, maybe he kind of starts us out a little bit like the prep or something like that, at least easing us in. But from what I understand, it is going to be a very big focus on body mobility, not just here's the video, quick, get in there, get workout, and then get out. Or, hey, you stretched for 2 seconds. Okay, let's jump into our workout. Like he even says that he's going to be stretching you and moving you for the first 8 to 13 minutes, I believe is what it is. And that is just to warm you up. And then you will go into the work. And so I really like this aspect of like warming us up to the fullest, because I know sometimes like when you think of like T20, I mean, it's literally like Shanti says like 2 words and then all of a sudden you're hopping on this step. And then he literally like, you know, you're done after like 20 minutes and you're like, I don't know what just happened. And then, and then he barely stretches you out. And something like that can really hinder if you're not really sure, if you're not stretching on your own before, if you're not stretching on your own after, that can really hurt your muscles, especially if you're just starting your journey. So I think this is going to be a really big game changer, an opportunity for people to see what all really needs to go into a workout. Like there needs to be a full warm up. There needs to be a full stretch. You need to have a full workout process and regimen, and then a full cool down and stretch afterwards. And I think that's what he's really going to provide for us. I haven't had a chance to do the sample just yet because I'm still on the cleanse, but I do plan to do that maybe like Sunday or Monday. Just depending on how I feel energy wise. But I plan on taking some Energize on Sunday, that's for sure. So maybe I'll get a wild hair at my butt and go ahead and try it then. But let's talk about it. So it does launch for coaches on the 6th, which I will be purchasing it that day. That way I can go ahead and get my bands on the way and have everything for myself. And I would also encourage all of your coaches, I'm going to encourage all of you guys to purchase somewhere in between the 6th and the 19th. Maybe you don't purchase it that first day it launches, but somewhere in between the 6th and the 19th, I would take advantage of that coach window, because sometimes once that 19th comes and all those other order comes, that's sometimes when they go on back order or they start getting delayed. And so take advantage of that coach window because it's there for you, and that opportunity to that's your perk of being a part of your coach. That's why you pay $17 a month, not only to get the discount, but to get the coach perks. So take advantage of that and really plan to purchase in that window. And I think that will help us all as well get our material in time. Okay. Also, this is a selling point for somebody that really wants to start on the 19th with us, but they want their bands. Okay. Well, let's get that free coach upgrade for you with that challenge pack. And you can actually purchase on the 9th or the 8th or something like that. Have everything that you need, and you'll be able to start with us on the 19th with everything. And that way, even your following month, your Shakeology will be at a discount. And in that, because it's a 13-week program, you guys, I would really encourage people to have Shakeology through the entire challenge. Okay. And obviously that 30-day supply is only going to get them through the first couple weeks. And those next couple weeks are going to be a lot harder if they aren't giving that nutrition to their body. So really encourage and educate your people of how important it is to have that Shakeology through the full 13-week program, and that they can take advantage of that coach discount throughout that. And then maybe after the program's done, they can decide whether they want to keep their coach account and keep that discount. Okay. But if you're going to have people commit to a 13-week program, really explain to them how crucial it is to keep their nutrition on check the whole time. They don't have to be perfect. I mean, 13 weeks is a long time, right? Like 13 weeks is a long time. So it's okay if like they're having pizza every once in a while in between it, or maybe, you had some ice cream with your family, but then they're still having their healthy salads and fruit and things like that. But that Shakeology, at least they know that they got that in every day. They had that daily dose of dense nutrition, which is super important. Okay. Plus, they can try the new cookies and creamy. They can try the cafe latte. They can get the different flavors throughout those time and try a couple different things and see what works for them. Okay, so take advantage. If you're a coach, you can get access to 645. You could probably do a completion pack, or if your bot is almost up, you could do a full challenge pack. Or I believe they will also offer just an accessory kit and VIP access if you want that. Okay. Now, what I wanted to talk to you guys about as well is this new thing they're doing here. I'm gonna screen share. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I'm in the Beachbody Champions page. You guys, I've gone to this page a million times for you guys. So just make sure you're in this group, okay? It is very important, and they post tons of stuff. So if I'm not providing enough coach stuff for you, like if you're like, man, I really need to learn more about coaching, or I really want to learn more about reaching out, come to this website, because they weekly are posting videos. They post coaching videos. Look, here's like a content saving pack. Here's like a little thing that you could save and post in your challenge group, or post in your challenge group. If you have a challenge group of separately from the challenge accepted, or maybe you just want to start sending that to your people or posting it in your stories. They have all kinds of videos posting in this little group all the time. So this is a place to keep yourself updated. Or if you're like, man, I just need more like coach, or I need inspired, or I need a new idea, or I need a power hour, come here. This is where it's going to be. But I did want to read this to you guys real quick. This is the 645 commitment. Okay. So you can earn $45 reward for completing the program 645. So if you purchase between July 6th and August 31st, and you use Shakeology or the performance line on your monthly subscription through the entire program, and you join a BOD accountability group, you can submit your results and get a free 645 tea and take. So they're making the stakes a little bit harder, a little bit higher with this program, not just, oh, submit your results and get, and get a t-shirt. Now they're like, all right, you got to submit your results. You got to stay on Shakeology. You have to purchase within this time frame. They're making it a little bit harder, which I always appreciate, because that kind of pushes people to keep on that Shakeology. This is another perk that you can say to your people, hey, I want to keep you on that Shakeology. Let's get you that coach upgrade, so it's a little bit cheaper. And then at the end, you can submit your results for a free gift and a free t-shirt. So it's kind of some extra perks here that you can give to your people, or just little selling points to maybe tip people if they're like, I don't know if I want that coach discount. You can really kind of use things like this as little selling points for them. Okay. Also, in here, you guys, there are tons of 645 content. Okay. So you can come over. Let me see here. Like here, like I thought about posting this in the challenge group today. I know it's like a little over a week, but I still figured this would be cool to post, like 1 week until coach exclusive window posts. Just little things like this that you can kind of snag out of here, save for your content. You could put this up on your stories, like try it free for the sample workout. You could be like, ask me how, things like that, and be like, ask me how, and point down to your little inbox so people can message you. Okay. So just some ideas for you as 645 is starting to launch. I will host a VIP chat group that will start probably, I'll probably go ahead and plug all the coaches in that purchase. And then as the 19th get closer, we'll just continue to plug people in that join, or even after the 19th, you guys, even if people join after the 19th, plug them into that group. It's a 13-week program. Okay. So the difference between starting like a 13-week program and like a 3-week program, I think 3-week programs, everybody's going to start at the same time. Because if not, like by the time they do start, the other people are halfway through, right? But if you're doing a 13-week program, like, we're going to be in it for a long time. So as you move through like phase 1, you could have people start phase 1 while you start phase 2. There's tons of ways that you can still add people in when it's a longer program like that. So that's why we're just starting on the 19th, because also the only equipment needed are weights and the bands that you get, which a lot of us already have loops, or you can probably do the workouts for a few days without the new loops. So we're just going to get started right away. And that will also encourage people to really jump in on that coach exclusive window, or just purchase right on the 19th when it launches. Okay, so get your little list out. I already have a list of people. I'll show you guys my list. Somewhere here. I got so many lists. Okay, so this is my list right here. Okay, so this is a list of people that already told me they were joining. These are all coaches. So these are coaches that have already told me they're joining. And then these are people that have commented on my post the other day, and also just maybe commented in my stories or something like that, or have expressed interest in my July. So I'm already starting to make a list of people that I'm following up with, which is very crucial, you guys. And right now, I'm not like, okay, do you want to purchase? Are you ready to join? I'm just like, well, what are you looking for? What kind of workouts do you like? Sorry, pine cones drop on our roof, and it makes my dogs bark all the time. So you guys just gonna have to deal with that. But it's very important to just continue making that list. And like I said, you're not trying to lock these people in right now. You're trying to get an idea of what kind of workouts they want. Talk to them about their nutrition. Ask them, have they drink, maybe put them on a week-long water challenge, or a water and walking challenge, or maybe have them, if they're already a challenger, putting them on MBF. These things are what you can start doing when we're looking out to do a challenge group. Is you can be a little bit more relaxed when you're talking with people, right? Like, it doesn't have that sense of urgency. And so you can just really talk to people about their health goals, and really get to know them a little bit. And then as it gets closer to the 19th, we follow up with them and say, hey, you remember we were talking about you joining? I just wanted to follow up with you. It is launching in 3 days. I'd love to lock you in and get you all set up. Is that something you're still interested in? And then you can really create that urgency as it gets closer, but it doesn't feel so like you're hounding them in the beginning. At first you just want to talk to them about their goals, their vision, what kind of results they're looking for, what kind of workouts they like. You guys, I cannot stress this enough. Not every program is for everybody, right? Like, you want to match people up with 645 with people that you think actually are going to enjoy and be able to do 645. If somebody is like, needs super low impact, can't jump, and maybe has a large amount of weight, maybe they need to start off with something a little bit more like bar, or even like clean week or 21 day fix, and then you can move them in to 645. So be really mindful that just because this is the new program coming out does not mean that we just signed everybody up for this program. Okay. Maybe they need to start off with let's get up. And then when, they can work themselves up to the 645. You want to really look for people that are probably already have some sort of fitness background, or maybe are already working out, or are ready to really truly commit to something long term. Okay. So I think that is all I had for 645, other than make sure you maybe save that link to the sample workout, you can start sending that around. I also save the link to just the YouTube promo. I send that to people all the time just so they can get an idea of the trainer and what it's going to be about. I just save those in my notes, so they're just like really quick and easy to kind of go back and plug in. Okay, I'm going to look at the chat. Is 6:45 advanced? I would say so. Yes. It will probably be a pretty advanced program. Now, he has a modifier, so there is definitely a way for you to modify it, but that's where I'd really jump into that sample workout, try it out so you can really see what kind of level of fitness it is. I think it's going to be a little bit more advanced, kind of like Control Freak. That doesn't mean that somebody that hasn't worked out can't come in and do it. They just have to be ready for it. They have to know what they're getting themselves into and really be ready to commit to something like that. You really don't want to discourage somebody that is not quite ready for something like that, especially the 13 weeks, you guys. That's 80-day obsession style. 80-day obsession is 13 weeks. So this is going to be a long challenge. And if they've never completed a challenge ever before, that might be a little intimidating to them. So make sure they're just aware, like, this is going to be a long challenge. Are you ready to be in it for the long haul? I need to know that you're going to be in it because I don't want to set you up for something that's too much for you. If you'd rather start off with a 3-week program and we can work you up to it, I want to make sure that I'm doing what's best for you. Okay. So make sure you're really talking to your people about it and what they really need or want. Okay. All right. 6:45, check. Challenge group on the 19th. The reward. Yep. Awesome. Okay. Let's talk about what happened this past week with Beachbody. Okay, so you guys, Beachbody, they merged. So two things happened with Beachbody. First of all, they merged with Mix Bites and another company. I didn't write it down. I don't know why I didn't write it down, but another like workout company. So all three of these companies have now merged together as like a mega company. And then they also went public. Okay. Which means they opened up to society and the New York Stock Exchange. So now what you can do is actually buy shares of Beachbody. So a lot of us were talking about it in the chat throughout the week. If you didn't catch any of that, maybe go back. It's definitely something worth looking into. So I went ahead and bought some shares, and I know a ton of you guys did as well. And I look at it, you guys, when I bought shares, of course, I was like, ooh, maybe someday I'll be able to sell them and like make some money off Beachbody, But in my mind, I just thought of it as investing in a company to be able to provide more to me, right? Like I wanted them to have all the funds that they need in order to provide better workouts, better products, better results, because I just think that the more I invest in them, it's going to come back tenfold, right? They're going to be able to put more money or time or energy or maybe a new team to the nutrition aspect, and maybe that can totally transform. Maybe they can make it even better just because we invested in a company that has already given us so much. It was easy. It was an easy decision for me to invest in Beachbody when it went public, but I thought it was really cool that they like shared it. So if you guys go into, you can go into your coach office, and if you go into the breaking news, you can actually see this whole video. We're just going to watch a segment of it today. But it was really kind of cool. So this is the video from the New York Stock Exchange that Carl and the team did. And it's just really, I don't know, it kind of made me choked up just a little bit. We're going to watch about like 10, 15, not even 15 minutes of it, like 12 minutes of it. Just the part where Carl kind of talks, and then another guy talks about Beachbody and how important it is that they're going public. And then we'll watch the little ringing of the bell, and then I'll stop it. But if you want to watch the full video, feel free to. You can go into your coach office to do that. But I just want you guys to hear. I just want you guys to hear this. Okay.
So today's a new starting line. I've been keen to say it's really we're at a new base camp, looking up at a new peak. And as exciting as it is, this moment, really the excitement is how we're going to climb this thing and what we can do with it. And that's really my commitment. That what's exciting about this for me is I believe that as exciting and as cool as the last 22 years have been, and that wall that we walked in with all those brands, from my perspective, it's just literally 100th of what we need to do, and the potential that this company has to really affect lives and do some special things. So, you know, it's interesting. I was looking through my Instagram last night, and there's a placemat where I came up with, where I was just writing down, do I have enough ideas to start a little company? And, you know, there was about 12 of them on there. And to go from that placemat at a Sunday breakfast at a little cafe in West Hollywood, and then see this huge red sign on the front of this building, you know, I guess that placemat was pretty special. And I'm so grateful for everybody for helping us get here. So thank you, guys. Let's go public.
So we're big on tradition here at the New York Stock Exchange. This is your first trade medallion.
Oh.
We can keep it here in safe hands if you will get it before you go.
Okay.
This gavel you will get to use for your first trade bell, which will happen shortly.
Okay.
And we welcome you to sign our distinguished guest book.
Oh.
And this book has many, many amazing disruptors in it.
Can I cross out John Foley?
Please don't. Congratulations. Okay, last but not least, this is your listing certificate.
Okay.
And I personally cannot wait to see it hung
Yes.
at home.
That's going to be great. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Thank you, guys.
everyone. All right. I'm going to turn the ceremony over to Ryan, and let's go ring a bell.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Carl. Beachbody, welcome to the NYSE. We are honored to have you join our community of companies here at the NYSE, representing 2,200 companies for a combined market cap of $30 trillion. You have arrived, and perfectly put by Carl, you have a new peak. Now, it's investors' opportunity to share in the success that each and every one of you has helped build. And how remarkable is that? And yes, today marks the debut of Beachbody. But now, as we embark on this next chapter, it's about the next years and decades to come. The world is ready. As we heard Amanda speaking moments ago, there are not many companies that can positively say they impact the lives of millions of people. And that's where you fit in here. Incredible. You are the highlight for millions of people as they start their day, as they end their day, as they need a break. Because I have to say, to complete this during normal times is difficult. But I think we can all agree upon the fact that we don't find ourselves in normal times. It's unprecedented times. And true to Beachbody's fashion, true to your commitment to excellence on your customers, you rolled up your sleeves and you got it done. Each and every one of you. So take great pride. And I know for some, it's early. Special shout out to my friends on the West Coast. Thank you for joining us. You all made today possible. So what I did this morning is I actually walked up Wall Street. I turned the corner right at Federal Hall where George Washington was sworn in as our first president, and boom, front and center, Beachbody, upper facade, invest in your body. It's an absolute lower Manhattan takeover. That's what's happening here today. And yes, it's an exciting point in time, but it's just a moment in time. So what I want each and every one of you to do is start to warm up those hands, because we are getting ready to open a $30 trillion marketplace. And on any given day, the single most viewed news event in the world. So it's a great way to get the Beachbody name out in front of future customers, but also future investors. That's what it's about. Now as you make this next leap forward, but unbelievably positioned to be successful. You know, it's so remarkable here at the NYC. We have a unique position of having a front row seat for entrepreneurs, disruptors, business leaders, and icons. Having the ability for them to come through our doors, to access capital so that they can change the world. And while so much has changed over these last 229 years, our core mission has remained consistent and relatively simple: to allow buyers and sellers the ability to come together. And now, at 9:30, the opening of the equity markets, that price discovery process will start playing out. And one of the best tickers, I must say, I've ever seen, Body. Perfect. And then, probably not too long after, maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes after, you're gonna hear another bell, our first trade bell, to signify that Beachbody is officially public. It's going to take our time. Look at the journey to get to this point. We wanna make sure that we see nice, clean, orderly trading, because you all, as you embark on this next peak, made it possible. But rest assured, we've done this before. This is what we do. This is our community in action. And as Body is there, day in and day out, so is the NYC. And now, joining our community of disruptors, of innovators. It's so remarkable. And I have to say, during this time, when there has been so much uncertainty, a company like Beachbody, allowing individuals to take a moment, a period of their day, to focus on themselves. And if it's difficult times, work out that frustration, maybe that anger, and the result of that positively impacting millions. Wow. Incredible. Whether you're one of the influencers, whether you're one of the new members of the team, you made it to this point. Not necessarily decades in the making for some of you, but it's about the broader team celebrating together. And that's where, when it came to figuring out how to celebrate this occasion, that mentality of hybrid was so important, because we wanted to provide each and every one of you a front row seat in today's festivities. And it's not just about today. It's about the next years and decades to come. This is just the beginning. You know, we look at this as a marathon, not a sprint, or, as Carl likes to reference it, the hike starts now. But today, take the day to celebrate. And yes, the team members that made today possible, but another special shout out to the family members. Blood, sweat, and tears went into today. Certainly, a lot of sweat, but remarkably positioned. So congratulations. You know, I'm gonna go back a little bit. You know, when you think about that overall continuum in the past 229 years that the NYSE has been around, it's remarkable because throughout that period of time, innovation has looked different. Whether in the early days, insurance companies, banks, fast forward, lodging, real estate, automotive, and now technology. And I would argue, at the forefront of that, allowing individuals to focus on themselves. That's what you all are doing. I was a college athlete. There is nothing more important personally to me for my mental well-being than exercise. I run off of endorphins. So for each and every one of you to allow normalcy during this time, thank you. And we are honored to be your partner as you embark on this next chapter. So as we get ready, the team members making their way over my right-hand shoulder on that podium, or as we like to call it, the cradle of capitalism, to signify that ringing, that hard work, that dedication. You bet we're going to get loud. So what I want each and every one of you to do, coast to coast, as we saw, it's a lower Manhattan takeover here. But it's time to let the world know. But rest assured, I'll walk you through it. Because with the opening of the equity markets at 9:30, that's where that community comes to life. The 2,200 companies. Beachbody will not begin trading right at 9:30. And that is very much by design. As we talked about, here at the NYC, we're a hybrid market. The mentality or the philosophy of humans and technology coming together to change the world. And I can't think of a better example than the work that each and every one of you do on a daily basis. Providing the access to work out, to train, to push yourself, to become a better person through technology, but very much through your community, your influencers, walking the audience through those workouts, being there. Wow. So we're about 6 minutes away. So I told you to warm up those hands. And listen, after we come back, after that 9:30 bell ringing, my voice may be completely gone, but that's okay. Because we're going to let the world know what Beachbody is doing on a daily basis. This is just the beginning. Wow. How remarkable to say that this is just the starting point, but already having a positive impact on millions of individuals every day. Listen, I've been in this seat for quite some time. There are not many companies that can say that. And also, whose mission, whose sole purpose is to make people healthy, feel better about themselves, push themselves. Yes, to everything that you all are doing. Congratulations. And I hope, hopefully, in the not too distant future, to welcome you through our halls. As we just saw up in the boardroom, where we're going to have a bird's eye view for all the activities going on here today. But we want to welcome you into our home, because now we're combining communities. So how great is that? So I know it's early for some of you, and I hope the caffeine's kicking in. If not, I got you covered. And this morning, you may be waking up friends, you may be waking up neighbors, but that's okay. You know why? Because this is Beachbody's day. Or as I like to say, BODY's day. So get ready. You ready to get loud? I know I'm ready to get loud. I'm fired up. What better way to kick off the week than welcome Beachbody here to the NYSE? Now, I don't want to spoil too much about what we have up our sleeves, because we want to keep it a surprise. But rest assured, we're big into bells, we're big into gavels. And the opening bell, we're only a couple minutes away. It's interesting because I can tend to hear the energy, the excitement, and it's starting to build down here, rest assured, because we're getting ready for the first trade in Beachbody. We're getting ready to open up that $30 trillion marketplace. But as this starts to amp up, I want you all to take that energy to continue to get the word out. And listen, we're going to be waking up some neighbors, and that's okay. A lot of hard work. As we talked about, certainly a lot of sweat to get to this point. But that's okay, because when you reflect on what happened here today to your children, to your grandchildren, it's not necessarily just about dollars and cents from a transaction standpoint or where the stock opens. It's about the journey that you all helped shared, the impact that you have had on this broader community, and the result of your hard work positively impacting humanity. Wow. Congratulations. So you bet we're going to get loud. We're going to let the world know that Body has arrived. Because as we've talked about, it's now looking at that next peak. So great to hear Carl's remarks as he thinks about that journey. It's that magic moment of listing day, time of reflection, but also looking towards the future. And that is where Beachbody fits in. So get ready. Congratulations to each and every one of you. And as I've told, warm up those hands. I know I am. We're about to blow the doors off this place. Rest assured, the world is ready. Now, are you all ready? I know I am. I'm about to start getting loud. With that, the opening bell, Beachbody, NYSE debut. Let's open that $30 trillion market. Carl, we're kicking it back to you. I'll see you all in a moment. I'll start to walk through this transaction. With that, the opening bell.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. If you want to go back, you can see Carl's speech from the beginning, and then there's some more stuff after this as well. But I really just like the way that guy talked. Um, oh, Alicia, that's good to know. I just read that comment. Sorry, she's already gone, but that she followed the modifier. That's good. Also know that you guys, the sample workout is going to be a little bit easier than when you get into that full like 10, 11, 12, 13 weeks, you know. So it may be modifiable, but it's going to get more intense. It's going to build up, but hopefully it won't ramp up too fast because you have plenty of time to kind of work into it. But yeah, so you guys, I wanted you guys to hear that. I want you guys to understand maybe a little bit about why this is so important for Beachbody to go public, for them to be able to be open to investors, to take in more money, essentially, to be able to provide and give more. So that's why it's so important. And just one last thing before you guys head out. This is also the Mix Bike. And I saw that the other one, so the company they merged with is the Mix Bike and Extend. I haven't heard much about Extend. I still need to do some research on them, but I was looking at the Mix Bike. So the Mix Bike will come out this fall, I do believe. This is their original Mix Bike, but I think they're coming out with a Mix 2 for when Beachbody launches. And that will be the Beachbody built, like the bike with built-in Beachbody on the screen. But you can go ahead and check this out to get an idea. It does look like a lot, you know, like the Peloton bike or whatever. It's got a nice seat here, and it's got the big swivel screen and things like that on it as well. So you guys also take a look at the price. I know it's going to be quite a bit. So if that's something that you're interested in, is maybe go ahead and start, you know, setting back a little bit of money or putting a savings back, or I think that they will also be able to do payments. But you guys, and then we will also get coach discounts on this. And that is all going to be announced and launched at Summit. So stay tuned for more about the actual pricing of the Mixed Bike, how much it's going to cost for us as coaches, what all it's going to provide. And also, cool thing is, you guys, is that we will be getting commission off of these bikes. So say you have a bike and you're doing one and somebody wants one, and they're, you know, they're purchasing a $1,200 bike and you're making commission off of this. It's going to be a really, really nice way to make a larger amount of commission. Because I think the most that you can get commission is if you purchase one of those mega challenge packs for like $500. I think you get about $100 or $125 at that time. But this is going to be a much larger commission option for a lot of people. Now, you may not be selling them as much, But if you could sell 1 or 2 a year, just based off of what you're doing, I think that could be a really cool opportunity, and just a really cool opportunity to make some extra commission. You all right, Molly? Sorry, our dog's, she's old. I don't know if you guys can hear her coughing back here. Okay, so that's all I really had for today. Is get ready for 6:45. Make sure you're ready to watch Virtual Summit, and also make sure that you're just aware of what it means for our company to go public. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for coming. I am excited for all of the things that are about to happen in Beachbody. You should become excited as well. Start putting those breadcrumbs out to people's ears or to your social media. Now is the time to start dropping that stuff in your stories or in your text, or just to your friends and family around you. Okay, this is just the beginning with Beachbody. Seriously, you guys, stuff is about to get insane. I'm so excited. I'm more excited now, 5 years in, than I was in the beginning, and that shows for sure how amazing Beachbody is and the possibilities and where I envision it going as well. So let's all stay tuned. Big things coming. All right, ladies, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a fabulous 4th of July. Enjoy your weekends, and then come back ready to work on Monday. Cool? All right. Bye, guys. Have a good day.